Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Admin Zone podcast. I've got NinjaRick here, our co-host, and our special guest today, Jocke. How you guys doing?
Fucking,
I can't
I'm
believe you fucking did
great. Fucking lit, my dudes. I'm
So,
fucked up. I'm sick. I want to point that out.
thank you, Jocke, for coming on the show with us today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What are you laughing about?
that. Nothing.
Go,
I
no,
just
you're
can't
gonna.
believe you did the iCarly intro.
Oh, come on.
Just so you viewers, just
You know,
continue the podcast like that.
Okay. So we've got a couple of cool things to talk about today. I don't know. Did you actually want to start off with those questions you had?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, before that, I want to do a quick reminder of the end of last podcast. We have a SoundCloud. Go ahead and follow us on that.
Woo.
And we're gonna start with some viewer questions that some of you have private messaged me on Discord. The first one being, what is our favorite childhood game? I'm gonna have you, Jocke, start it out.
Um, okay. My two favorite games, I have two, and it's the only reason they're actually my favorite games. It's kind of because they're the coolest and the only one I actually remember playing and having fun with. And they're both from the 19s, and it's this one FPS game that's called Dr. Brain
Oh
action
my
reaction.
god, I remember that.
It's so
My
fucking
uncle used to have that.
oh my god, I love that game. It's it. And then what is it called? It was oh, I don't remember the name now. It's something with cross bikes, those
Mm.
thingies, and it's
Amex versus
mm,
ATV.
madness something.
Uh.
Bikes. What
Oh
is
no, I
it
can't
called?
remember it. I might know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna Google it.
All
It
right.
is so
Well,
lit.
Rick, it's your turn then.
For me, uh, for sure it has to be Mario Kart on the 64. I used to play that all the time, and with a bunch of family members. I remember taking the Nintendo 64 over to both of my grandparents' house, like mom's side and dad's side, and playing with my uncles there. That shit was lit until one of my aunts raged, pulled the cord, and destroyed my Nintendo 64.
No.
Um, I never got well, probably my first console was a modded Xbox that my dad had, that he had traded for an asteroids cabinet. So I don't really have any favorite older games. Actually, Monster Truck Madness 2. That
That's the one I wanted.
hands down my favorite game of all time. I actually have a copy of it installed on the Windows XP machine. I have planned for some YouTube videos later.
I'm
But
so sad I don't have it anymore, but I do have
you can
the
you can
uh,
Google Microsoft still has the website up for it and you can still download and play the full version.
I think I tried, but I failed. I don't know why. I love fucking
Next time I go to, or the first time I go over there to your house, Admin.
Yes, definitely. I have a steering wheel and pedals too.
Oh
You'll
shit!
you'll get the full experience for sure.
I wanna. I need to get some of this.
But the first time I had played it was probably the early 2000s, and I had some really crappy Pentium 4, and it didn't have an internet connection. We didn't have internet, so
Mhm.
I was really computer illiterate, I would say. It was just one of the games that my dad had installed on it for me, but
Mhm.
it was just it was one of those games that I would come home from school and I would sit down for 6 hours and just play. And it was so stupid. I would find every little thing that I could find wrong with the game just to exploit it, or just sit there and drive on the railroad tracks right into the train and get launched into the other side of the world or something. That was so much fun. Or
Shit.
all the different small little things that they include in the game, if you run over this guy's yard on his barn. It says, "Hey, you kids, get off my lawn." It's just the little details they put in such an old game. But if we're talking
Just
about
thinking of old games, I always get revelations of how much of a weeb I was when I was a kid without knowing what anime technically was. I remember playing this one game. The the anime or manga is called Captain Sabasa. It's a soccer game or a soccer manga, and there was this game in the PlayStation One. It was in Japanese. I couldn't tell what I was doing, but the gameplay was fun as hell. I remember you would press the R2 button on the PS1, and you would do your special like soccer move. And that shit wasn't getting old anytime soon.
I let's talk about handheld games for a minute, cuz that's like its own little like
World.
different category of games in and of its own. Scooby Doo, hands down, again. One of my favorite games. It had an incredible amount of game time. I never ended up beating it, and I have played it for weeks and weeks. It could be just because I really suck at video games, but I felt engaged the whole time. The graphics of the game itself, it was on the Game Boy Advance. It was very impressive for the time. Like it was like 3D, and it had really good sound and decent soundtrack as well. It was just a all around great game.
Oh shit.
Um,
Jock, do you have any handheld games from the back or present?
Um, um, well, I just want to mention like there was like a Happy Feet game, and like most of the game was just like dancing, but like if this one level where you like had to like swim, and it's like swim through like these circles and catch things, and then this big fucking seal would come and try to eat you, and it was really scary. And the game was in English, so I didn't understand anything, and I didn't know how to save my game, so I had to restart it every single day. It was a lit time in my life.
I feel you. I feel you. I used to do that for Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi.
Mm,
I didn't have a memory card on my PlayStation 2, so I would start from the very beginning every single time.
did you guys ever get to go to any like arcades
no.
Yes, in Mexico I did.
in Mexico? Where was it like classic cabinets, or was it like pretty new stuff?
Uh, it was pretty new stuff at the time. There was a lot of I remember Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and a bunch of like Dance Dance Revolution. But I remember the one game that I used to play there a lot was King of Fighters.
Ooh.
That game was my shit, dude. I used to play that with my uncle a lot, and we would place bets. And my uncle is more like my cousin. He's only like 2 years older than
Hmm.
me, but he's like my sister's brother. So, but we were like brothers technically.
I never. You ever been to like thinking about it like as a kid, like old arcades?
Oh
You ever been to any?
my. I don't think so. Probably, but it's too hazy.
Yeah. Back when I lived in Spokane, in the Valley Mall, there was this like just a little hole in the wall arcade, and it was just the pretty typical setup. Uh, but I've never been to any like super vintage arcades ever. But there's that one Flynn I want to say it's like Flynn, but it was from the Tron movie, and they like recreated the whole thing.
Dude, I want to go to Japan and go to one of those like today arcades in Japan.
Dude, me
That's one
too.
of the
Oh,
that's one of the things I want to do. I want to play rhythm games in person with people judging me right behind me.
Kira and I are gonna go to Japan for our honeymoon too.
Oh,
I am so. It'll be my first time and her first time, and it'll be my first time out of the country.
I'm already. Oh, I didn't want to even say it this early. I'm already thinking of a couple wedding presents for you.
Oh, come on.
I already got one.
Oh, frig. It's not a Pentium 4, is it?
Yeah. No.
I got a couple of those sitting around.
Oh, shit.
Have you been out of the country, Jock? Out of your
Yeah.
country?
Yeah, I've been outside my country like many times, but mostly in Europe. I only left Europe once, and it was like last year during New Year's. Me and my mom we went to Singapore together because like yeah, I wanted to, and people
How
always
was it?
think it was actually really nice. I really like Singapore. I'll go back there again. My mom complained. She was like, it's like nothing she has like an interest in, but like for me, I could imagine myself living there. Like I feel like everything
Dang.
was just so nice.
Dang.
I would like about that trip though. People think they're always like my friends. They're like, oh, you're so. That trip was actually not meant to be like to Singapore. Like when I was 4 years old, I had a thing for penguins, and I wanted to be like a scientist and go to the Antarctic.
I see why you play the Happy Feet game over and over
Yeah.
again now.
And like my mom, I told my mom like, oh, I want to go and see penguins when I'm 18 together with you, and she was like, bitch, we're gonna do that shit. So she's like, she started saving money to like make me a scientist in like penguins, and then like last year I was like, Mom, I just want to go to Singapore. Can we go there? And she was like, okay. And then we went. It was so much fun. I loved it there. It was
Dang.
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I've been outside in my country a lot because I don't live in a weird country like you. That's like a country that's so big. It has like plenty of countries inside of it. So
Yeah.
suck it.
Well, even then,
It,
I've up until like I moved and got a job that flew me places for for a living, like I had never
that's
even
awesome.
been outside of my town. Back before I moved into Seattle from Spokane, up until I was 17 years old, the only place I'd been was to Disneyland in California. Um,
Ooh.
but then I moved up here and got the job I have now as a QA engineering lead. But one of the things they do is they got me a security clearance, and they sent me on a couple of training sessions for some of our customers. And one of those places was Puerto Rico, and I don't know if you'd consider that out of the country or not,
I'm
but
not sure what that is.
Puerto Rico is just so it's so much different than America that wow. Like
It
it's almost
technically, I
it's
say
so weird.
technically a different country.
It's almost like third world. I don't want to say third world exactly, but
Mhm.
my
Technically.
it was like so freaking it was really humid. The food was always amazing no matter where I went. But there's like so many homeless people and so many beggars, and it's like so gross everywhere. And
Sounds
it's
like
like
downtown LA.
the traffic is like absolutely terrible. Everyone's cars are all beat to shit from getting into accidents all the time.
That just sounds like downtown LA.
Yeah, it was a lot like downtown LA, except a lot hotter, a lot more humid, and better food. I actually that was the first time I had ever had plantains too, and I'm glad that was my
Okay.
first time because those were amazing.
Yeah. Authentic. Getting food in places where, it's authentic. Always the number one in trips.
Also, the best fajitas I've ever had were there too.
Yeah, the like for me, the best thing with going like overseas for me is like going to like just a local like superstore, supermarket, something like that. Just going there is like, oh hell yeah! Like look at all this food. That's like the best thing for me. I just
Yeah.
really like going grocery shopping in other countries. It's like so much fun.
I got
Like,
another viewer question here. What
Ooh,
is your favorite song ever,
um,
that's funny.
and why?
I already have an answer for this. I wouldn't say it's like absolute favorite song ever, but I'll give two. One from a video game and one that's fairly new on YouTube. It's just a generic EDM trap song called "Only Time" by Keizo. But the reason why I want to explain my video game one as being my choice is the Spider-Man 2 intro on the Game Boy Color. Um, it was one of the few games I had when I was that young, and it was I don't know, maybe I was autistic or something, but it just I was able to sit there and listen to it all day with my headphones, and I don't know what was up with the song, but it was so entrancing. I don't know.
Hmm.
For me, it's a song called Beta Love by Raw Raw Riot. They used to be an indie band. It looks like they're growing now, but it's just a cute song. It's like components of beta alpha, uh like video game in like robotics terms, and they made it into like a love song, and it's super chill and cute. That band is great. I definitely recommend that band.
I'd say like this one Chinese song, it's called Ha Ha Wu Ni Shao, which translates to like "Luckily You Are Here" by Top Combine. Because I really used to like that band when I was younger, and like is that song like I never get tired of it. It's just so good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Actually, since I perform and play the trumpet, for performing and playing my trumpet, a song called "Made of the Mist" is definitely one of my favorite songs to play.
Mhm.
It's old classic like solo or duet with an piano accompaniment. But when I play the trumpet, I'm super egotistical, so I learned the piano part in the trumpet as well, just so I can play it a
Mm.
while. But it's a beautiful song. It sounds like super like that. It should belong like in like a palace or a royal to be played like a king's opening.
Mm.
Noah asked, "What's your favorite 2000-ish high school era video game?" And if you guys aren't ready, I already have an answer.
Wait,
Uh,
what year?
Huh?
2000s ish, but he also
Okay,
said
okay.
high school, so I'm gonna consider like in between for myself. Need for Speed Most Wanted was back in 2005. It was the first version of it, not the newer one, because the newer one was balls shit. But the one from 2005, um, it was on the Xbox that my dad had traded for that Asteroids cabinet, and he had got the Need for Speed game for me, and I played it, and that was just one of my go-to games in. I want to say I was in middle school at the time. That was my go-to game for years and years and years. Granted, I didn't have very many games in the first place, so I just sort of autisted into specific like the stuff that I had. I got super focused on, just because
Hmm.
that's all I had. So definitely Need for Speed, and not to say it wasn't a good game, but it was absolutely amazing. The one from 2005, you'll have to try it if you're remotely into racing games.
For me, it has to be Modern Warfare 2. I That was my first person shooter and my first online gaming game, I guess you could say. And I made like some really cool friends throughout that game. Some of them I still talk to today, and some of them I've met in real life. Just because as we get older, we can travel. Like for example, one of them I met in a random video in a random free for all match where I was just like I was kicking ass, dude. I'm pretty good at Call of Duty. I was like one more kill and I would win the game, and the next person behind me was like 20 kills behind. And then I see one of the guys, and I start like making my character dancing around him, and he started laughing throughout his mic, and then we became like really good friends there. And then when he turned 21 and moved out, he moved out to Vegas, and we celebrated like kings. So
Oh. Well, when he said high school, does he mean like games you played in high school or
I'm
like?
gonna say if it was released in the year 2000 or newer, between then and when you were in high school.
Well, I am in high school, so
Oh shit.
yeah, I'm in my last year, so
Are you gonna say World of Warcraft?
actually no, I'm gonna say The Walking Dead by Telltale,
Oh,
'cause
Telltale
Ooh.
games.
yeah,
Ooh.
I just really like the style and the story, even though I know it's not like a lot of gameplay, but I just really like it. I adore it a lot. It's like, ah, love it.
I I have never ever 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 played any PlayStation games, nor have I owned a PlayStation, with the exception of Ratchet and Clank and one other game that was fairly similar to Ratchet and Clank. So,
Mm.
Sonic.
but runner up choice would have to be Mortal Kombat 3, and that was something that I played with my friend. We called him Hunter back in Spokane. One of my roommates' dads gave him the nickname One-Legged Indian, and I don't really know what that means, but eh. Um, we were talking about places we've been outside of the country earlier, and that actually made me think what languages you guys speak.
I speak Spanish, English, a little bit of Japanese, because we just
Fucking
learned
me.
Japanese, and a little bit of French, because I used to have an ex that was French.
What about you, Jock?
Yep.
Well, I'm Swedish. I live in Sweden. So I talk Swedish, and then I talk English. I did
Wait, you
take.
speak English?
Yeah, I know, right? Is it right? I speak English.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't say I've actually heard Swedish out loud. Well, no, okay,
Um,
I've heard swearing. What is? Can you speak a Swedish sentence?
alltså, jag hatar lite när du säger så här egentligen, för jag vet ju inte vad du vill att jag ska säga. Liksom, ska jag berätta hur min dag var? Ska jag liksom
What
It
the
sounds like
fuck?
she's a
berätta om min
newscaster.
familj? Ska jag...
Is Base Hunter Swedish?
Yes, he is. And that's why the
Okay.
song is Swedish.
Okay,
Vi sitter
yeah.
här i väntan och spelar
Yeah,
gitarr
Dota.
och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. I fucking love that
Okay,
song.
actually, I'm gonna have to take my favorite song entry back and replace it with a couple of Base Hunter songs. Um, Welcome to Rainbow is probably one of my other absolutely favorite songs ever,
Can
and
I
it's
change to the Dota song?
also by Base Hunter. Uh,
Dota by Bass Hunter is like forever my jam. I'm just like every day I wake up just singing that song. It's like, hello, welcome to my life. I don't even like Dota.
and Botanana.
For me, it's still Beta Love, because I'm not a quitter.
I
Hey,
fucking love the Dota song. I was gonna say that again. I love that song. I know the whole song. It's like so fucking good.
So,
But
do
yeah.
you guys prefer, or have any of you guys played MMOs?
can you give me some examples
Um,
so I can kind of get in the mindset of that?
MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, Mabinogi.
Ooh, okay.
Um,
So here's a secret that I
and to go to with that question, if so, what was your most notable trait or your favorite experience in the game?
at least would you consider League an MMO? I'm sorry for such a stupid question, but I'm
I mean, yeah, but not an MMORPG.
I haven't really played them. No,
If you have a story in from League of Legends, I would like to hear.
cuz I don't really have any League stories, but my deepest darkest secret is I actually really love League, but I've only played like a few hours of it and I really suck at it.
I got
I'll
like
teach you. I'll
48
teach you.
days.
I'll teach you.
You what, Jock?
I have 48 days in League.
What the
That's
fuck?
more than in World of Warcraft.
What the
I don't know
fuck?
how. I don't know when.
I don't want to say.
Fun
how many
fact, I
days
started
played.
playing it like 1 year ago. Like one and a
Nice.
half. So
I
It's fun,
want
right?
48 days.
I
48.
I'm looking it up right now.
like
So
I
one.
want to I want to enjoy playing League, but I suck at it.
I don't like it anymore.
I just I'd rather play Overwatch. Overwatch is
Hmm.
easy.
But yeah, my I just want to say my favorite moment that happened to me like in World of Warcraft was like 2 years ago when like I was a noob and I was just like um that's a lot of days, my dude, and like okay, but like um I was just trying to like level up my druid thingy. I think it was a druid, and like I was a dank kid. I was really dank. I had the dankest fucking name. My name was Swag, Swag, Swag. Fucking
You don't have
great.
to type. I was just doing math on the chat. So I did on just the two accounts that I played the most. One of them I
Uh,
did 238 days, and the other one 113 days. A total of 351 days. Meaning, I spent over a year of my life in gameplay of League of Legends. Over the course.
that's me.
Dude, that is absolutely ridiculous, but I honestly feel like I've played at least the same or more in Need for Speed Most Wanted. No
Oh,
joke. Um
No, no art guest. Shit,
uh,
see what I did there? I'm sorry.
so I'd like to do this thing that I came up with as I was setting up the stream. Rick,
Yes.
we're gonna build a computer really quick.
wait,
Oh,
what?
what?
Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna tell me what budget you let's say you could have a reasonable budget that you think if you took about a year to save up to, you'd be able to get, and then you would of course then build a computer. Let's go ahead and set a budget really quick.
All right. I can drop 1,500 right now.
1,500. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to
Oh,
OBS.
actually, because I need to buy a monitor too.
All right.
1,000, 1,200.
1,200, not including the monitor. All right. So
Yeah.
I've got two websites up right now. I've got Logical Increments and PC Part Picker. Logical Increments is really useful for picking a budget and getting exactly which parts you need to get for that budget. And the cool thing is you're going to get the maximum amount of performance per dollar based on your budget using that website. And then PC Part Picker lets you check compatibility between a bunch of parts that you want to put together and also gives you prices from a bunch of different resellers. So, what we're going to do is you said you were going to spend about $1,200. Let's pick a bunch of parts on PC Part Picker really quick, see if we can stay at or below that budget, and then compare it against what Logical Increments would have recommended.
All right.
So, let's go with the CPU first. What do you think you would get?
I don't know.
I was thinking probably like the i5, huh? Like the i5 6500,
Hmm. Yeah, sure.
or
Let's do it.
do we want to go a little older maybe? Let's
I'm
see.
gonna be honest. I don't know much about computers. This is why I almost bought a pre-built computer.
All right.
Yeah, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a scrub. I almost bought a pre-built gaming computer.
Well, let's actually I'm going to go ahead and cut half of that down and we'll go into logical increments and see what a $1,200 build should look like. And then we'll compare it against that iBuyPower one that you brought up. Can you actually send me a link to that while I'm looking?
Yeah.
Okay. So for $1,200, you could have a GTX 1070 or a 1080 with an i5 7600 or 7700K. Damn. And if I recall correctly, that iBuyPower build you had was only going to be about like a 1060, I think.
Not sure. Hold on. Where did I leave that?
Jocke, how much do you know about computers?
I don't know anything.
Do you just what do you own? Do you have just like a laptop?
my old PC broke like half a year ago, so yeah. Yeah, yeah. My life is great.
If your hard drive crashed, would you fix it yourself, or would you pay someone to fix it, or would you buy a new computer?
Um, well, uh, like my dad is kind of have like, a company thingy, so like he can get one of his friends to probably fix it for free.
Oh, nice.
So
What about you,
yeah.
Rick? If you, let's say the hard drive in your main computer just went kaput and you needed to replace it, would you fix it yourself? Would you pay someone to get it fixed, or would you get the whole thing replaced?
I will contact one of my friends on Discord, you or another one, and be, hey, what action do I take here? That's
And then
exactly
and
what
then and then I'll tell you it's a bad power button or a bad motherboard,
then that's what I would do.
and then it'll be the hard drive the whole time. Ah. Well, we'll come back if you find that link for the build, we'll
No,
come back
I
and we'll
found it.
compare them. Oh,
There
you
it is.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
So the iBuyPower has got 16 gigs of RAM, an i5 7400, 1 terabyte drive, 120 gig SSD, and it's got a GTX 1060. Okay. And then the $1,200. Well, actually, let's do the $1,100 build. So for $1,100, you could get a 1070 or a 1080, with an Intel Core i5 7600 or 7700K. Both of them are overclockable, with a couple of different motherboards, and either 8 or 16 gigs of RAM. Both of them come with higher capacity SSDs. Yeah, actually, I would challenge you to use logical increments and build yourself your own PC, because you're gonna get much more out of that than getting this.
All right.
You think you could do it?
Yeah.
You think
If I get stuck, I'll just say, hey, I'm stuck.
Yeah, so you just logicalincrements.com, and it gives you can just click on it and it'll give you links to the parts to buy, and all you need to do is have a budget. And it's going to give you the best parts you can get for that money.
Sweet.
And of course, you can reach out to me, of course, for any build help. Heck, we could do a call and you could stream your camera and we'll build it right on the spot.
Well, you were saying when you were drunk as fuck that we should do a podcast episode of me building my computer.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to do that. Please.
And then you started giggling a lot, and then you cut out and you muted your mic. But we don't talk about those things.
Oh, I'd love to do that. That would be so much fun.
We also remember that night when you were super drunk that I showed you a snapshot of the initial D car.
No, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, dude, you were so fucking drunk.
Oh, which night was this? Because I'm drunk right now. I was drunk yesterday and I was drunk the day before too.
When the whole Boobin being kicked out happened that same night.
No. Oh God, I don't remember anything now. I don't remember anything from that night.
What?
What's
No,
up?
that was just me reading a thing about World of Warcraft.
What's that?
He was reading an update from World of Warcraft.
No, I've never played ever played World of Warcraft, and
Me
I don't know
neither.
if I ever will. Is it?
If we ever do, we have
It's a
to
trap.
record it.
It's a trap.
Every game is a trap.
Aren't half the aren't half the characters like traps anyways?
Oh, you mean?
Because
oh,
like you
that's
get a lot of
trap.
like old greasy fat guys. Like, no offense to any old greasy fat guys listening, but you get them playing a bunch of like super skinny like thoughty characters.
Ooh.
Like that turns me off of playing as it is.
Oh. what I was getting at when I was doing that conversation about the MMORPGs, I was getting that or I was trying to say that when I used to play those games, I was really good at getting free stuff from people.
Hmm.
I guess people like me a lot. And my
We're
friends in this game called Mabinogi, they've been playing for 2 years now. And then finally convinced me to play this shitty fucking game. And I was like, all right, I'll just roll around with you guys. And when they weren't playing, I would play, and I would just go to the town square of the game and be like, "Hey, anybody? Does anyone want to go on an adventure with me?" And then I apparently like all there you can make guilds in the game, and all the people that owned the guilds wanted to go on a raid together, like the top people of each guild. And they're like, "Do you want to come along?" I'm like, "I'm low level, but sure." And they took me, and then I went from level like uh 500 to like 1,500, and then they just gave me a bunch of loot, and I just kept meeting a lot of e-girls that would think I'm cute and would buy me expensive items in the game. And then all my friends would get mad that one day I would be like, I want to be a bard, and then the next day when they would see me when they would log on again, I would have like an electric guitar, which is one of the most expensive items in the game. Fun times,
hmm.
fun times.
The
That's
most, yeah,
hmm.
hi. Yeah, the most exciting thing that happened to me in World of Warcraft, I was trying to explain earlier, is like because of my name, Swag Swag Swag. Like my now like one of my best friends now, like she was like, "Oh shit, fam, that's a cool name." I was like, "Yeah, dude, where you from, mate?" And she was like, "Sweden." I'm like, "Oh heck
Oh
yeah!" And we're still like really close friends. It was like 2 years ago, and it's fucking lit.
no. How
World of
many
Warcraft bringing people together.
how many people have you talked to online that have ended up like living super close to you?
Bitch, I met this one dude like legit 2 weeks ago in a different server. We were like in voice chat, and like this other dude said where like he was like from, and I didn't know what country it was because I never heard that name in English. So I googled up, I was like, oh shit, never heard this name in English, you know. So it was like, yeah, where are you from? And I was like, Sweden. And this other dude just punched like his table like so fucking hard and was like, oh my god, bro. And I was like, oh my god, bro, oh my god, oh my god. And it was like, where do you live? Like, where in Sweden? And he said Norrköping, which is the same fucking city I live in.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
What?
it's fucking nuts.
Dude, you
What?
you got that guy hard. I bet you got that guy hard as fuck. I have a
Probably.
chance.
I have a shit.
I've
I still
had
have it on Snapchat and shit, you
what?
know.
Oh my god, Jocke.
I know which school
But
he goes to.
hey, this is how if he's rich in the game, this is how you get free items. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I'm not
done.
encouraging catfishing, but it's not catfishing if you're an actual.
Well,
I
true.
I know anime weed lord lives like within walking distance of me, and I met Gast on the Discord server in track 44, and he ended up walking over here, and we hung out for a bit, him and a couple of his friends. But
Mm.
I'd have to say only two or three other people I've seen online live like within walking distance of me, which is actually quite a bit. And then I'd say there's probably about 20 to 30 more people within driving distance. It's pretty
Hmm.
crazy. And
For me on PlayStation 3, it was Black Ops 1. I it was my freshman year in high school. In the middle of it, I remember I just logged into a game and I queued up super fast. I was like, oh, these guys are probably like in the same server as me because connection super fast. I ended up playing with them like a shit ton, and I remember this one guy named Kevin. Uh, I was like, oh shit, you're so cool as fuck, and you're a fucking nerd, and you're a weirdo like me, dude. I wish you could live closer to me. And then, uh, and then one of his like they all never didn't want to say where they lived, and then one more of their IRLs came in named Kyle, and he's like, hey guys, and I was like, hey Kyle, do you know them in real life? They're like, yeah, we've gone to middle school together. And I was like, where do they live? Like, as a joke. And then he's like, oh, Bakersfield, California. And I'm just like, wait, what? I live there. And they're like, shut up, you're bullshitting. They're like, what high school do you go to? And then I tell them my high school that I used to go to, Centennial. And they're like, you're bullshitting. How do you're a fucking stalker. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, we go there.
Hell
Hmm.
And I met people on Black Ops 1 that went to my high school that are the same year as me. And then we just hung out ever since.
yeah. Aw.
So that's like just too many coincidences with
Wow.
fuck. Yeah. But if you don't believe me and you think since you brought that up I made it up, I will bring three of those guys and confirm that story for you.
Dang. Well, my story is I don't know how similar you'd consider it, but I guess considering Kira and I met in prop hunt, she was on the other side of the country, so she wasn't really close to me, but she ended up moving in, so I mean,
Still counts.
yeah,
Still counts, I guess.
yeah. Did you have any other questions
All
from
right.
anyone that you planned on bringing up?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Other
Uh,
questions are like, can I be in the podcast? But those are for future.
oh sure. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up or talk about?
Um, yeah. What are you guys' stances on esports?
Esports. Oh, dude, let them do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Get some competition.
The only sport I care about.
It gives people two things: something to work for and a way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And the only sport I care about. I hate normal sports called normal.
I mean, I guess what's the real
There-
question or concern? Are you asking should it be
No,
considered a
for
real
me,
sport?
I want to know. I want to know how much you guys know about it. How much you guys like.
I
Um,
know
Ah,
a lot about CS:GO, like the history about CS:GO game, like esport, how it like
but
came
I'm
up,
not. I'm
but
not
not
asking
really.
about that. I'm asking about what you may call it. Like for
Mm.
example, like how Overwatch and League of Legends are trying to be franchised in a place in America. I make um like League of Legends used to have this thing, or it still does, and they're trying to move away from this. They have a challenger ladder, which is if they win the challenger ladder, they get into the LCS, which is the main, tournament of North
Yeah.
America. And right now they're trying to do what Overwatch did, and they're trying to get sponsors to get like big stadiums in America, so they don't have like if they lose, they leave the the scene. So they're trying to delete that out of um, its entirety and just like try to keep some teams and build their franchise and start to make this like a huge thing for economics reasons. And there's been a couple of big sponsors like and a lot of famous basketball players specifically that
what?
have invested. Yeah, Rick Fox owns the League of Legends team, and Shaq has invested a lot in League of Legends as well.
What?
Well, all I know
Yeah.
is that like I can't go into like a food store without seeing them everywhere. Like, the CS:GO team, they're everywhere. They're on like
Mm.
all the food things, and I'm just like, why though?
I don't
Like
see
Like,
any of that.
welcome to Sweden.
in
We really
C-
like our
CS
own team.
CS:GO in Europe is
That's
fucking huge.
yeah.
Man, I wish anyone took anything like that seriously or like that seriously here. Cuz
I
it's just a
know
bunch
I
of
know
dumb
one of
IRL shit.
yeah, I know some of there's a cafe in LA that does like it's like an esports cafe or an esports bar, and it's like a normal like bar that you would go to, but instead of playing sports in the TVs, they're playing esports.
Yeah.
I haven't been there, but I know it's in LA. I've seen tweets.
Dang, I have no idea about esports or any current events or shit.
Yeah, I
I
kind
just
of
Yeah,
give.
once
I
I
don't
eventually
follow it
about it.
anymore. I kind of give up on like following like LCS and
Mhm.
that shit. I kind of just gave up. But
I
I
don't follow
still
it as
find.
much, but I
Uh,
do. I'm still following the franchise and how much it's growing
yeah, like
because
kind of
it's
cool to
getting
see.
pretty big. Because I mean, it's the one franchise that you appeal to a bunch of 18 to 25-year-olds, and that market is fucking great.
I still do care a lot about CS:GO though. Like it's just so much fun. Like when I like started playing the game, like how much it's just grown in like 2 years. It's like back then it wasn't like what like I could go into the food market without seeing like nip, but now it's just like oh I started like my TV. It's like nip. It's like three different channels just playing esport, and I'm just like yeah, hello, good shit, man.
Oh, this is growing.
The best
That's
thing
good.
is that Nip is my favorite team too, so I'm just like hell yeah.
Dude, I'm so sad that Ninjas in Pajamas left the League of Legends scene, but oh well.
They were
Who?
there.
NIP, NIP,
What the
NIPS
heck?
Yeah.
is it's an acronym for a team called Ninjas in Pajamas.
What the
Like you
fuck?
probably, I don't know if you've heard of like TSM, Team Solo Mid,
No.
COG, Counter Logic Gaming,
Where are you
but
living, my dude? The fuck is this shit? You don't know this kind of stuff? The fuck?
dude,
No.
once esports starts growing, Nick, you're gonna be
I'm actually
amazed.
amazed
As
that
soon
you
as
don't
soon as
know this
the
shit.
esports scenes of Overwatch comes out, that's when a lot more normies will find out. Like,
See, I'm gonna have to actually say that out of
Everyone
the
in Sweden know this shit. The fuck?
out of the little bit of esports stuff that I have consumed with my eyeballs, the
mhm.
Overwatch competitive stuff is the most I've seen being like
And that
plugged.
is shit.
Like that's as much as I know about it. And to me
Yeah,
that looks
but
like
it's still in baby steps, but I mean, they're taking super giant leaps, which
yeah,
is
I was
gonna
going
be
to
super
say it
great
looks
for the
like they're
future.
taking huge steps. Like they're already organizing something that big with the entire community. That's crazy.
They got so many multimillionaire investors. They
I
literally
know.
said, "Hey, this is the thing, and we're looking for multimillionaire people to buy stadiums just for Overwatch."
Just
I
for
mean, that
Overwatch?
yeah. So
Is Overwatch well, okay. Yeah, I think
not
Overwatch could.
not yet.
I think it could warrant it, but on the other hand, we don't have stadiums for Team Fortress. We don't have. Do we have stadiums for CS:GO?
Um, no,
Um,
what esports is doing right now, or most European and North American, they go to like a stadium that's already big, or they have their own studio, and for a big tournament, they go to like um what's that they go to like some famous stadiums. I forget. I'll get the names later. But,
like we don't have places for you just like
like they used to go to Vancouver.
Hmm.
like we have like one big studio like thing, and then everything happens there. Welcome to Sweden. Sport, singing
Going
things,
going
concerts,
to watch
esports. You're fucking welcome. We will take everything at the same fucking place.
Yeah.
watching esports like live with a bunch of people there. It's actually pretty exciting. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think I would die.
Because you watch games and you're like, oh shit, that's happening, and then you're in there. I think it's just like the thing with like the huge crowd effect. If you see more people like screaming right next to you, it encourages you to start screaming too.
I don't know. I don't think I would go and see like League live, but I probably would like see like CS:GO if NIP is
Mhm.
playing. You feel me? Like then I'll be there.
You like the nips?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would probably see like live Overwatch or CS:GO games. I
They're
would go
coming
watch.
out soon, dude.
I would go watch those.
I'm scared of
Or
the League
heck,
community.
if they started coming out with like competitive vintage gaming like Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005
Tetris.
or Tetris, fucking totally. Dude, let's do
Dude,
it.
there's an
Let's
esports
start
scenes
up
for
let's
Tetris,
start
man.
up let's start up esports vintage and let's make a community of people that want to competitively play vintage games and
You
just.
do know it's like competitive Tetris is a thing.
But
It's fucking lit.
it can
Oh,
get bigger.
Noah asked a question in the YouTube chat.
Hi, Noah.
Rick, what was your go-to class in Modern Warfare 2? And I gotta say, the UMP 45, this run and gun game. I'm a competitive, uh, objective person. Um, Sometimes I would focus on my KDA, but most of the time I would want to win the game, and I wouldn't care if I die trying to get an objective. And the intervention, because 360 no scope. That was the shit.
I
When
I never I never play Call of Duty, and I never have.
oh,
I've never touched
bullshit.
it. Never even touched it. I
I
have
touched it in 10 minutes, then I uninstalled it.
I've played the Battlefield, I want to say 3 beta, and I've never played any other Battlefield. I've never played any of the Star Wars Battlefront games. I was very, very, very big into Halo when my mother signed up for the midnight release of the Halo 3 Legendary Edition.
Quote
And
unquote mother.
she was huge into Halo. Which of course got me into it, and our favorite thing was to go play with our youth pastor and do rockets on the Ascension map. And
What the
that
fuck?
was some ridiculously fun crap.
Is this surreal?
Yes, dead
What the
serious.
fuck? This
My
sounds
mom
fucking cool.
used to be the drummer for the church's band too. My mom's hardcore. You don't understand. She's covered
Right.
in tattoos, and one of her favorite bands is Queensryche. A
Hell
Yeah, you know Queensryche.
yeah. Hell yeah.
That
Fuck that shit.
if that gives you the mental image of who my mom is.
I see why you have such a liking into my.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. But
Let's get into that. So what's up with you and moms?
no, it's just a joke, man. I don't
Just
know.
no.
Everyone's got fetishes.
It's
You
not
know.
a joke. It's me.
Everyone's got fetishes. Come on. What's your weird one, Spider Girls?
No, what the hell?
You don't like Spider Girls? Jock, do you like
I
Spider
like
Girls?
No.
I like pure 2D.
Just pure, straight pure.
Dude, if any cute 2D girl came out
You
in
like
real
yaoi? Anyone? No? No yaoi? Dang.
of course. What the fuck, dude? Who doesn't like yaoi? If you think you don't like yaoi, there's something wrong with you, or you're insecure.
It's not my fetish, but okay.
It doesn't have to be a fetish.
Dang.
Of course, like.
I think I like cosplayers. I don't know if that's a fetish or just a normal thing.
And
Fetish.
I
I
think-
personally don't like them because they're all fucking dicks to me.
yeah,
I'm
it's
so loud here.
None have. Like the last podcast that we had moving in, I told them not to get in with League of Legends girls or
Nope, they're
cosplayers,
all
'cause they
crazy.
always end
No,
up being weird and crazy.
they're all crazy. They're all crazy. I'm sorry.
Dude,
Lunatics.
what's up with cute girls being crazy?
Uh,
It's like a triangle. They're either cute, crazy, or stupid, and you can only get two.
no, I think it goes much more into that, or much more than that. But
Oh yeah, it's just.
I think if you had to generalize,
I honestly don't mean it.
Okay.
it's a joke.
I'm smart, but I'm crazy. But I'm not cute, but like I do play League of Legends, and I am crazy apparently. So that
There you
stereotype
go.
for a League of
There it
Legends
is.
girls is apparently true.
There
Yep.
it is.
I
I
can.
agree.
I do agree with that. The League of Legends stereotype is true. Always.
I can confirm I'm alive.
Actually, never mind. Another story for a future.
The future.
Because there's something coming that might be a cool topic later on in the podcast, but it might take 2 weeks.
Oh dang.
Updates on my back.
Yeah, how's
I
that going? How you feeling now?
I went to my doctor's for my 3 week appointment uh, last Thursday, and apparently I was gonna get paid the entire day, which they should have told me. So I left 2 hours early. I went to the bank. I checked my or I deposited my checks, and then went to my mom's job, said hi, and then I went to the doctors, and they basically told me I'm healing, but not as rapid as they thought. They
Oh,
said like 3 more weeks I should be fine. He said like you'll be fine, but I thought you would heal a lot faster.
but that's
And
not.
then he gave me he said it's not the best uh but he said like you're gonna be fine in 3 weeks, don't worry about it.
But yeah, it's gonna be okay for your work.
Yeah.
That's good.
And he gave me restrictions for um not not moving my back too much, not straining it too much, and not carrying or pushing anything above 15 pounds. But I'm feeling just fine. But he said like, yeah, dude, 3 more weeks, it's fine. Which means I'm gonna be staying at the office for 3 more weeks, which is lit.
You know, I've never,
I
I've
like it there.
never, I've never been hospitalized for anything. I've never broken any bones or been seriously injured ever.
I guess I gotta say this is my first.
Seriously, you've never broken any bones and it's like this is the worst
No,
thing you've done.
yeah, I mean I didn't break a bone. It just the disc slipped. But yeah, this is the worst that I've done, and I don't even know how because I've done a lot of stupid shit.
You ever been in any casts,
Nope, not at all.
Jock?
I have.
What?
I didn't.
How many?
Happened.
Or wait, um, I haven't like really broken a bone, but like, okay, like when I was like 9 or something, 10, yeah, 10, that's the age I was. I had a bike and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, drive up on like the walking thing and I fucking fell. And was wearing like a watch or some shit and like it like got hit into the ground and then it made like a like not a hole like just what's it called? You can get it on your car if you like smash it, kind of like that in my bone.
Oh,
I
oh,
also like
concussion,
I don't know.
whiplash.
I don't
Oh
I don't know.
fuck.
I don't know English. Do I look like someone that's hablo el English?
You
No.
hablo quite a bit of English.
Me no hablo. Yeah, like yeah. That was that. That's
Dude,
pretty
I
My
love
much it.
this. I love the live
Such a
chats
good
that
way
I'm
to
having.
start how to start your fucking morning. Hello. That was a good day for me. I was so
But
happy that day. Then I
just keep in
fucking died.
mind that for Doc here,
Hi.
it's almost midnight, isn't it? Or is it like past midnight?
Yeah, my dude, we're over here like, hello, it's like,
We're
oh,
over here in the
1.
afternoon at 3:30.
yeah,
It's like 1 soon, so.
it's the oh
How,
shit.
how's Sweden? How's Sweden?
It's fucking,
Is
oh
there
my.
any cool tourist places there?
Uh, we're having a lot of fun, my dudes.
Fuck. I hate. I don't want to say I hate America, but
I hate
damn.
America.
You want to travel. You want to travel.
I wanna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I hate America too.
I'm
Can
kind
we
of.
just like people like from America like to hate my country, but I don't really know why because like oh like we like you have like Americans like sure you're a bigger country, but let's compare Chicago with my country. Last year you had as many murders there that we had in 8 years.
I
The
know,
fuck is that state doing?
and it's not like I have no clue about politics. I am incredibly unintelligent with it. So I just
Y'all
I don't I
fucked.
don't I don't argue about it. But I just
I
I
just
know what's
love
going on here is wrong. I know that much, and I just don't like to be
yeah.
part of it.
I
And
just
I
love the
don't.
West Coast because in the West Coast, to be honest, we don't get a lot of the things that happens
Yeah, not about just do
considering
stuff
the hate
happens.
crime.
And living in Washington, it's one of the safest places in the world. So I don't have to worry about any natural disasters. It's
Mm.
absolutely beautiful over here. You have the Cascade Mountains.
Okay.
You've got amazing tap water. You've got amazing beer. You've got fucking awesome seafood. The best seafood. Well, okay, probably not the best. Japan's probably going to be a little better, but We've got some damn good water food and water.
Water food.
Oh yeah, this is a good question. Episode one of the podcast is not available in SoundCloud at the moment because we exceeded the time limit of the not paid version of SoundCloud by 2 minutes or 5 minutes actually, and they froze that first episode or deleted it. I'm not too sure yet.
Oh,
But as soon as we pay, the first episode is gonna be.
yeah. We plan on activating SoundCloud Premium on our account. I want to say in the next day or so. Also, all of the episodes get automatically uploaded to YouTube as well too.
So if you're watching it on Twitch, you can rewatch it on YouTube or just listen to us on SoundCloud.
This is actually the perfect time to call it quits. Actually, we hit the hour mark. It's time to let Jocke go to sleep and.
I don't wanna sleep. No.
Meh.
Well, Jocke, thanks for coming on the show. That's
Yeah, really
crazy
appreciated
that,
it.
it's like 1 a.m. for you. And
Yeah, and I'm sick and I'm fucked up.
see, this is a trooper.
Witching
That's a
kill-
trooper right
Hell yeah.
Witch killing day. Yay, Sweden, yay.
Well,
here.
Jocke,
Again,
was there anything you wanted to say or plug in before we end it today?
I just wanted to inform people once again that I'm fucked up at the moment. And
Shout out for
Yeah.
Sweden
Hell yeah.
or
yeah,
Switzerland.
shout out to Sweden.
Shout
Whichever
out to
one.
being fucked up.
Best fucking country in the world. We're chilling here. Everything is great. Shout out to myself again. I'm cool.
NinjaRick,
Love
your
you.
turn.
Shout out to Unbendable Strong. Please follow that Twitter account.
Shout out to NinjaRick14. Follow that Twitter account. And don't forget to check out our community at track44.moe.
Moe moe.
Moe moe. See you later, everyone.
That's a good
Thanks for
way to say it.
watching.
Yeah.
Bye.